You can't get admission into foreign university if you don't have a GRE score. That's one statement I get more often than not, even with parents who are looking for admission of their child in an undergraduate program. That's not true. Hi friends, I'm Rachit Agrawal, co-founder of AdmitKard TheBigLeague, and today in this video, I'm going to discuss about different examination that a student needs to give at undergraduate level in US and UK. And we will compare it to different examination that a student needs to give in India for a similar program. I will create a separate video for examination that needs to be given at postgraduate level for US and UK. So subscribe this channel so that you can stay tuned with the latest videos. Now, there are typically two types of examination that a student needs to give when they are looking for foreign university. One is the domain specific examination or the analytical examination. The second is English proficiency examination, which is more about the language in which you are going to get taught. So I'll cover first the English proficiency examination. Both for US and UK, English proficiency is required. One of the examination which the student can give is IELTS, TOEFL, PTE or Duolingo. In fact, many universities also give waiver in English proficiency exam if your medium of instruction was English and you have scored well in English examination. We recommend students to still give English proficiency examination more from visa purpose. Now for domain specific tests or examination, we typically divide universities into three buckets, which is test required, test optional or test blind. Test required universities are those universities where you can submit your application only once you have given the examination. So it is more like those tests are compulsory. Now test optional universities are universities where you can submit your application with or without the test. If you submit it with test score, they will accept it. If you submit your application without test scores, they will evaluate your application without test scores. Test blind universities are those where even if you submit your application with test scores, they will ignore your test score and evaluate your profile without test score. Which category that university or program belongs to. If you are still confused which examination to give for UK or US, or if you are looking for countries beyond US and UK, what I have done is I have created a small tool which you can use to identify which examination to give for your choice of country, for your choice of department. You can find the link of the tool below in the description. You can comment tool or DM me and I will send you the link of the tool. Now coming to the core examination, let us divide these streams into 5 parts. First is engineering and technology. Second is business management and commerce. Third is medicine. Fourth is law. And fifth is arts or humanities. Now for science and technology, in India, typically we give examination like IIT JEE, BITSAT, state engineering exams. In US, you can give examination like SAT or ACT, and also you can apply to different universities without a SAT or ACT score. Similarly, in UK, you can give examination like ESAT, TMUA, MAT, and you can apply to many universities without scores of any of these 3 examinations. Second stream is business management and commerce. Typically in India, we give examination like CUET, IPMAT, NMAT, etc. Similarly for USA, you can give SAT or ACT as an examination. In UK, you can apply to most of the universities without giving any examination, except couple of universities. For example, in Oxford, some programs requires you to give TSA as an examination. Third stream is medicine. In India, typically, we give examination like NEET UG. In US, it is not possible to take admission directly into a medicine program after class 12th. It requires you to have a 4 years of bachelor's degree in a medicine related program. And for that, you can actually give a SAT or a ACT and get into a pre-med course. And post that, you can actually give MCAT as an examination and get into the postgrad program. For a nursing program, you can still go ahead and give TEAS as an examination. In UK, you need to give UCAT or BMAT as an examination to get into a medicine program. Typically in India, we give examination like CLAT or AILET. In US, again, it is not possible for a student to directly get admitted into a law program after class 12th. They can give SAT or ACT as an examination and can get into a pre-law program. In UK, you need to give examination like LNAT, or some universities also accept without LNAT score. Fifth stream is humanities or arts. Typically in India, we give examination like CUET UG, HSEE or SET. In US, you can apply with SAT or ACT, or in fact without a SAT or ACT score as well. In UK, most universities doesn't require any additional test. Only few universities for their few programs require a test. For example, some of the Oxford and Cambridge programs require tests like HAT, HAA or TSA. So it is very important, once you have shortlisted your program, your university, go through the program page in detail and understand which examination, which test is required by your university. One additional stream that I would like to cover here is design or architecture. Typically in India, we give examination for NIDs like DAT, TATA, UCAT. In US, you can get admission through SAT, ACT program, but more importantly, you are also required to present your portfolio, which is the work done by you in design or architecture. In UK, you don't need to give any additional examination. You can submit your application along with your portfolio. So friends, we saw that for undergraduate level, you actually don't require GRE as an examination. There are many different examinations for different departments that you need to give for UK. For US, it is largely limited to SAT and ACT. And for law and medicine program, we saw that a student can't get directly after class 12. In addition to this, something called APs. APs is advanced placement, which are courses typically taught in colleges, which a student can actually do at high school level and can score marks, which can help strengthen your application. And in fact, you can get credit transferred once you get admission into a foreign university. I'll create a separate video on APs, different types of APs, and which AP is relevant to which stream. So friends, I hope this video was useful for you. Do share it with people who you think might be benefited from this, and subscribe this channel to stay tuned with further videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.